What's going on, everybody? I haven't really done one of these in a while. Um, Recording a podcast and doing an audio review. So, bear with me. Today or whenever you read this recording is going to be about the 2022 version of Death on the Nile, a film directed by Kenneth Branagh, screenplay by Michael Green, based on the Agatha Christie story, starring the character of the genius, famous fictional detective Hercule Poirot. Personally, I know the character from PBS. Don't know the actor's name, but I swear there was always some type of um Poirot show on that joint every week. Him solving mysteries. So this is the second movie that Kenneth Branagh and he did Death on the Orient Express or Murder on the Orient Express a couple years back. And I thought it was pretty good. I enjoyed it. You know, covers all the bases of what these mysteries are. It's old Hollywood in its use of costumes, sets, stars, and bringing it a little bit bigger than what you probably used to seeing in this story. And I say the same is used here. There's a little uh controversy on this film as Army Hammer is in this film playing a character, Simon Doyle. And since this was filming or whatever, there's all this stuff about him and cannibalism or whatever. So, uh, there might be some spoil. I might drop some spoilers. Uh, but overall, and I'm not cutting on my U's. I don't do none of that. Uh, the film looks it looks great. Even though there's times in which you can tell there's been some green screening going on in terms of having the actors in a place and then the background. Like you could probably tell that the boat itself was a set or the ship that they're on. And there's times in which they did shots actually there and shots where it's a set and they put that in later, but it's actually not that distracting. I actually think it might actually look better home than on the screen because of the way te- high definition television screens work versus sometimes depending on the theater you're at. The film, I don't know if this is how it is in the book. The film starts in the past with Perot in World War One, using his skills to help his company get across a dangerous situation and surprise the enemy. Kind of goes bad. Try to explain why he got this crazy mustache. Because in this version of the character, his mustache is wild crazy. You know what I'm saying? It's like huge, curly or whatever. Takes up most of his face. He has anime mustache face. Um, and then it goes from that there and him in Egypt, and he runs into his old friend Book, who, if you watch the last movie, was basically his he's your point of view character. This is the character that the detective has to explain everything going on. So as a way of explaining to the audience everything goes on, and you're kind of figuring out along with that character. Uh it's interesting because the way the last one ended, it seems like he knew he was going on a case, but you're kind of supposed to basically forget that, as in that little ending leading into this doesn't actually count. Um, from there, you have Book's mother, played by Nick Benning. Euphemia, Russell Brown plays Linus Windlesham. Uh, you know what? I'm messing up. Before we even get to the boat, we find my man Perot back in London. He's sitting at an establishment. This is what I relate for. He was sitting in an establishment. He was getting these desserts. He was being taken care of because he's famous. And a blues singer, Salome Ottoborn, is performing here. And this is where you meet Gal Gadot's character, Lynette Ridgway in the beginning. You also meet That's where you first run into Army Hammer Simon Doyle and Emma Mackey as Jacqueline de Belfort. So you meet Simon and Jacqueline freaky dancing to the blues music. And then Gal Gadot comes in looking like old Hollywood, and Army Hammer smitten because, it's Gal Gadot with all the makeup and the nice dress and everything. Fast forward, they get married. Jackie's tight. They doing this whole thing in Egypt, this wedding party thing with their closest friends. And Perot just tags along. He just comes through. This is Perot. It's an old world famous Perot. You come through. And then Gal Gadot's like, yo, I don't trust nobody around here. I only trust you because you the world famous, blah, blah, blah. As you can tell from the title, somebody died. My man Hercule Poirot. Well, the guys are just detecting. Got to figure out who killed this person. From there, it plays what you expect. The shots are great. The color grade is great. The sound is on point. The set pieces, how you build tension and certain characters being possible suspects all work. Letitia Wright is in here. She plays Salome Audubon's niece, who handles the business. Smart black woman at this time, who's Lynette's friend from school. I would say this. Her accent is a little funky. Letitia's Southern American black woman accent is kind of iffy. Seeing Sophia Okendo, dope. Oh, who else? Who else really? Here's the sad thing about Army Hammer, and I say sad as a way. It's like this Bama got all the pieces. He got the look, he got the skill, he got the presence. I don't know why you want to be chomping on people, bro. I don't know how you mess this. Every time I see him in a movie, he's good in it. But now it makes you feel away. It's like, yo, was he really chomping on people? But it's all like, spoiler, he plays a bad guy. So it sometimes that plays into it. Kind of worse for me when you got actors who's like playing bad guys, but a lot of people don't feel the same way though. It is what it is. And that betting is fun. Kenneth Branagh is easily knows how to direct and star in a film at the same time. He knows what he's doing. The interesting thread in this film I didn't expect, because I don't think this is the way in which they thread this film together, the story together is through love. The loss of love, the trying to keep love, the regret and heartbreak of lost love, the willingness to do anything for love. That's not usually in that's not in the one that I saw before. Like it's there, but like this film cinema version is very focused on tying that together and connecting these characters on that level. It always comes back to this and the performance and focusing on that part of the eyes and how they deal with this. And they gave Perot this heartbreak that connects him to other characters really easily and ties it to the overall murder and the plot. I don't know what most people giving it. To me, I called it like a nice, hearty, home cooked meal. It's just like old school movie. You know what I'm saying? We don't get a lot of that no more. It's a solid movie. It got nothing to do with no big tempo, this, that, or the third. It's just it's a movie. It got Hollywood stars in it. It looks good. You feel good. There was an ending. Whew, it has an ending. That's hard to say these days. But for me, it's a solid B movie. You know, especially in this February, January time where people mostly are just watching basically the films that came out for critics and stuff in like early December. It's something solid. I don't know if it'll do well in the theaters, because I also think the audience who want to see this probably still ain't going to the theater. But whenever this joint do end up on Disney Plus or Hulu or wherever else it is up, it should do gangbusters, man. It should do really well there. I don't know if you're gonna get another one, There's a gang of stories, but if this is the last one, he ended off well because it's better than the last one. And it hits really well, like high marks. Definitely something I would even watch again. So those are my thoughts on Death on the Nile. I'll try to do more of these in 2022. Hope to enjoy. And peace.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the newlyweds, Mr. and Mrs. Simon Doyle.
You must meet Hercule Poirot.
My congratulations, madame.
Merci.
Well, he's only the greatest detective alive.
I suspect you invited me for reasons other than the fun.
You had something to hide.
We have the Karnak all to ourselves, a chef and enough champagne to fill the Nile.
Should have hidden it, shouldn't you?
When you have money, no one is ever really your friend.
It's too late to change events. It's time to face the consequence.
Someone is dead. The crime is murder.
Never again is what
The
you
murderer
saw. That's how
is one of you. Were you aware of any grudges?
Madame is used to getting what she wants.
never again is what you
I don't feel safe here.
the time before.
I don't feel safe with any of them.
There are so many conflicting hates and jealousies.
Oh, I like this.
Did you see or hear anything?
I did not trust her. I still don't.
What did you do last night?
You accused me of murder.
He accuses everyone of murder.
It is a problem, I admit. The murder was methodically planned.
Find who did this.
Is what
You are mad. Can I not trust you?
What do you want me to say?
Someone else is dead.
You lie in my face! Lock the doors!
The murderer is here. And will stay here.